Who's ready to get a little bit better? If so, you should comment yes or just scream it at the top of your lungs right now. Yes! Just for fun. I mean, because you can. Like, you might end up coughing like I did. It's okay. You guys want to get better? That's literally why I do these videos, because I want to serve you, I want to add value to you, and hopefully encourage you. I'm my coach, one of my first coaches, way back in the beginning. He said, Mark, never underestimate the power of encouragement. And I took that to heart. And to be honest, 90% of what I do, I'm pulling that number, I've just totally made it up, but I feel it's pretty accurate. 90% of what I do as a coach is I encourage people. I speak life. I help them see their own potential. I let them know that, hey, you're stronger than you know. You're going to be able to, in fact, somebody watching this right now, I think you're a little discouraged right now and you're doubting whether you're going to make it. Listen, you're going to make it. You got this. You got a 100% track record of not dying, okay? You're watching this video right now. Be encouraged. Encourage yourself. Get around some people who will encourage you. Get some voices speaking in your life, books, podcasts, whatever it is that will build you up. Listen, sometimes we just get beat down a little bit through circumstances and through life, and you just got to build yourself up a little bit and take faith that it's going to be okay, all right? So be encouraged. I don't even know where I went off on that tangent. Let's talk about something that I've had a lot of people asking me. Well, not like, actually I had somebody today say something to me about this. And this is the one that I consistently get in my life over the years. This is not a recent one, but they ask me this question all the time. How are you so happy all the time? And really, oftentimes it's with suspicion of like, are you really this happy all the time? Because you know what people think about me? When they first meet me, oftentimes they think I'm fake. They think I am ingenuine because literally their psychology says, their life experience says, that ain't nobody that happy and make it real all the time. Like he just acting like he's happy. He couldn't be that happy. And so there's this underlying tension. So either one, they think I'm fake, or two, maybe both, they think it's impossible to be happy as consistently as I show up. Now, so here's what I'll tell you. Like, pull back the curtain here. Am I happy 100% of the time? Heck no! Come on, people! I'm human just like you! Stuff happens, all right? So no, I'm not happy all the time. Am I consistently positive? Am I consistently able to find the bright side of things? Am I consistently able to show up with a level of energy and positivity that impacts my environment rather than it impacting me? 100% yes! Woo, baby! Yeah, I do. I promise you I do. And this is not for you, but you get the overflow. One of the things I learned from, what was that? Date with Destiny. And I clarified my values at this event with Tony Robbins, and energy and vitality was one of my values. It's one of the targets in my life that I pursue. And for every one of those targets, you create rules that make it easy to experience those things. And so one of the rules I made, almost 4 years ago, I think, was I feel energy and vitality anytime I give my energy to others as a gift. You feeling it? Because I'm trying right now to give my energy to you as a gift. And so I've literally, and you guys got to realize, I used to be a roller coaster. I talked about this in a recent video. I used to be like roller coaster, high highs, low lows, and it was not, my energy level was not consistent. And I would say, I'm kind of processing that real time. Was my happiness as consistent? No, it wasn't. My happiness was impacted far too much in the past by circumstances. So yes, there used to be a time in my life where showing up with this energy wasn't fake, it was authentic, but it wasn't as consistent and stable, sustained in my life. And so now I can with integrity tell you I actually kind of live this way. Again, not that I don't have some lows, because life happens, but I live here consistently. So how do you do that? How can you do that? Because I'm nothing special. I promise you I am nothing special. You get to create the life that you want. So what have been some key things for me in discovering that maybe you could apply in your own life. So, if you want to be happier in your life, type happy in the comments, because I think we all want to be happier. So here's been, how many did I put down here? I just got 3. 3 things that enable me to be happy consistently. Number 1, just one word. Jesus. Like Jesus. Like, I'm a Christian and I love Jesus a whole lot. Here's what I'll tell you. Let me backdrop this. It's exhausting to pretend or to fake happiness, peace, joy. Like, can y'all raise your hand and say yes if you know what I'm talking about? Like, it's exhausting to act happy, right? Come on. I see you. You know what I'm talking about. It is exhausting to fake happiness. To act like you have peace when you don't have peace. To act like you feel confident when really you're just scared on the inside that nobody loves you, that you're going to let somebody down. My big trigger used to be that I was going to disappoint someone. You want to talk about like taking the high down to a low super fast. All I had to do was think I was disappointing someone. Didn't even have to be real. I just had to imagine that I was disappointing them. I mean, if they said you disappointed me, then boom, hit the gutter fast, guys. So again, I'm talking to you about what I know, but here's where this comes together for me. Jesus gives me certainty that goes beyond circumstances. Let me say that again for the people in the back of the room. Jesus gives me certainty that goes beyond my circumstances. So there is a certainty that I am loved. Like, that's the best thing about Christianity and the true gospel of Jesus Christ, is that you are loved just the way you are, not the way you think you have to be, not the way anybody else told you you had to be, not anything. You're just loved just the way you are. Now, he loves you so much and his love is so good that it'll probably change some stuff about your life. But right now, in this moment, God loves you. He loves you. He accepts you. You don't have to change the way you talk, the way you think, the way you interact. You don't have to change what you wear. Like right now, in this moment, wherever you're sitting, wherever you're watching this, driving down the road, please don't look at me while you're driving down the road. Like, you are loved. And see, because I have come to know that, when I was about 13 years old, that became real to me. And I know I'm loved. I know I'm accepted. Now, I've had to learn some things over the years to actually live into the truth of that reality. So I stopped trying to prove myself and stopped trying to be enough through my achievement and stopped trying to be something I'm not. Like, when I can rest, the more I rest in the certainty that I'm loved just the way I am, the more happy I become. And to be honest, it's not just happiness, because happiness can be related just to circumstances. Like, that's true joy. It is unshakable joy that I'm loved by God. Like, you want the core of my happiness? It is because I have a relationship with Jesus Christ, because I've been loved and accepted by him. He's my Savior. I've accepted him in my life. He's forgiven me of my sins. Like, I have a relationship with God the Father through Jesus Christ because of grace, not because of anything that I've done, not because of anything that I've earned. None of that. It's just by grace, which is unearned, undeserved, unmerited. I'm just loved. And man, when you're loved, whoo, like, it puts it like this smile right here, guys. Like, that's from deep, deep in. And so I am happy because I'm loved by God, because I have a relationship with Jesus. And that is at the core, the thing that matters more than anything else, any tool, any principle, any psychological concept I could teach you. I'm happy because I have Jesus in my life. And I've surrendered my life to him. By the way, when you've surrendered your life to him and he's Lord of it all, then you don't have to maintain all this stuff. So that means your circumstances can't steal your happiness, because like, you're trusting him more than you are in your own ability to produce, or in the circumstances, or things going your way, or the economy, or the relationship being just right. Like, I'm happy because I got Jesus. Number 2, I'm happy because I protect my energy. Woo! I protect my energy. And let me give you 3 quick sub-points on this one. 3 ways that I protect my energy. Number 1, it is people and environments. People and environments. So I protect my energy by my peer group, who I'm around. I protect my energy in my own family. So I don't just teach you this stuff, my kids, my wife, like we live this stuff together. With that whole Jesus at first, and then we live this stuff. So our home is a positive environment. Got 2 teenagers, so yeah, that's not 100% of the time, but our home is a positive environment. Our kids are positive kids because we protect our energy. I don't allow my kids to get around really, really negative people. I got people in their life that are consistently pouring positive energy, words, and faith on the inside of them. We protect our environments and the people. And then listen, social media, I ain't got no time for negative people. I have curated my feeds. If you get negative on my feed, boom, you're out. I ain't got time for that. So my feed is positive, it is uplifting, it is challenging, it is encouraging. You get on my social media feed and you'll be like, the world is a beautiful place. Some of you got social media feeds that make you think everything's going to hell in a handbasket and the world's coming to an end and people are liars and people are cheats and people are bad and evil. Would you freaking stop that? Stop doing that to yourself. Curate your social media that builds you up, that uplifts you, that inspires you, that enables you to serve more people. So people and environments, that's really, really important. Number 2B underneath there, I protect my energy by forgiving and letting go. This is what I've really honed in on the last year and a half especially. Been a lot of lessons over the years, but if you hold on to unforgiveness, the only person you're hurting is yourself. We wrongly think we're punishing other people by not forgiving them. But the reality is the only person you're hurting by holding on to that unforgiveness, it's like a poison on the inside of us. And when we hold on to that, it's hurting us. And so I've learned to be able to forgive and let go. I don't allow bitterness to get into my heart. And because I don't allow bitterness to get into my heart, it frees me to love other people well, right? And it frees me to not carry the weight, the burden of that unforgiveness and that bitterness. If you want a couple good books on that, I'm trying to remember. So the one that I always recommend, there's 2 by R.T. Kendall. They're very faith-based books, but the principles are sound for anybody. And so the first book is called Total Forgiveness. And then his second book is called How to Totally Forgive Yourself. So Total Forgiveness, How to Totally Forgive Yourself. And then my friend Franco Salvatore, awesome man of God, love that guy. He just introduced me to a new one that I added to my list by Bishop Desmond Tutu, who just passed away. But it was, look up his book on forgiveness. I can't remember the title. I think it's maybe called How to Forgive. It was something like that. And so I'm excited to read that one. So then point 2C is I have daily habits that fill my tank. So I'm talking about I protect my energy. How do I do that? People and environments. Number 2, I forgive quickly. Number 3, I have daily habits that fill my tank. I journal. I have a morning routine. I work out a few times a week. I have daily routines that fill my tank. One of my values is rhythm and rest and energy and vitality. And if you don't have daily and weekly and monthly and quarterly and yearly rhythms that fill your tank, it's going to be hard to sustain happiness and joy and fulfillment in your life. So one of the things that protects my energy, that enables me to be happy is before I ever thought about getting on this video with you, I had an hour and a half this morning in my journal, time with God, reflection. I went on a walk. These are things that every single morning, they're non-negotiables for me because they protect my energy so that I can serve others at a higher level. And that leads me to point number 3. How am I so happy all the time? I genuinely love and serve people. My life is not about me. I enjoy life and I love doing fun things and good things and all that's great. But I genuinely love and serve people. Right now, I love you people. I don't even know you and I love you, some of you. I truly do. I care about people. I want people to win. I want people to tap into the full potential and to become the best version of themselves. I love people. I love people and I love serving people. And there's a whole lot of foundation for that in my life. Going back to that whole Jesus thing, he said, the greatest among you will be a servant. I love to serve people. Zig Ziglar, you guys hear me quote this one all the time, but I love it. He says, you can have everything in life you want if you just help enough other people get what they want. And I believe that to my core, and I try to live into it. And see, when you're giving more than you're taking, it's easier to be happy. When I come into a situation and I'm more focused on serving you and loving you and not needing something from you, like, it manufactures happiness in my life. Joy, fulfillment, because my greatest fulfillment comes by using the gifts and callings that God's put in me and on me for my life, right? So like this right here, it brings joy and fulfillment to me. And you want full transparency? How about this? How about this for real-time authenticity? I was having a little melancholy moment earlier today as I was driving in here to the studio. I had a little moment where I was like a little in my head and a little discouraged, and there was like this and there was that. It's actually three things I was like noted in my head. I was like, looky there. Three things lining up that really kind of set me back. And you know what? I'm here right now in this moment with you, just a few hours later, and I'm happy. Why? Because I'm serving you. I've got a whole lot to be grateful for, a whole lot of gains in my life. And so that's three things that help me be happy on a consistent basis. So listen, if that first point, and I mentioned Jesus a whole little bit, maybe that's a new thing to you. Maybe I'm not the typical Christian that you've interacted with, and I'm sorry if some Christians have made God look bad, made Jesus look bad. Listen, it's not him. Like, some people aren't doing things that he'd do. That definitely happens. But if you'd like to have a conversation about that point number one, that whole Jesus thing, just direct message me, or you can comment Jesus, or like, hey, message me or DM me. Like, I would be delighted to have a conversation, because it's not about religion. It's not about do's and don'ts. It's about a relationship with God that loves you. And you want a starting point for increasing the happiness in your life? Start with Jesus, because there's nothing else that's going to do any better than that. So I hope this video served you guys. Did I mention I love you? I genuinely love you guys. I love serving you. Drop a comment down here. Maybe something served you. Maybe it's your takeaway from this video. Would love to hear it from you. This is where you should get off this video and go out there and give your greatness to the world, because somebody needs what's on the inside of you. You should go give it away. I love you guys. Have a great day.